Alright, I want to provide to you some information about renting in Vietnam. And the first thing I want to say here is there's nothing dramatic. It can be done. It's quite easy and a good service here for both ways, whether you want to rent a place for living or a place for your office or for working. There are plenty of agents, there's a lot of supply, so you will find something. Let me go a little bit into details now. For living space first. You have several options. You can find an apartment, or what is also very common, a serviced apartment. The prices for an apartment can range, if you're a single person, I would say from $500 upwards. And if you're here with a family, calculate for around $1,200 upwards. That is the both goes for Ho Chi Minh City as for Hanoi. Now, if you're a little bit outside or in secondary cities, of course, you might find it cheaper. Below $500, you can find something, but you would just live a little bit less good quality, less good area. So I truly believe it starts with $500 for an individual person and $1,200 for a family upwards. Now, if it's a serviced apartment, of course, it will cost more. Again, depending the standards, whether it is an affordable service apartment, a mainstream or premium or a super premium location. So here for a family, you can already start calculating, let's say from $1,800 up to $3,000. Really, when you have something for $3,000, you have something very premium, very nice, very clean, very high standard. And of course, the same goes then for individual serviced apartments. Serviced apartments simply means you have some amenities there, they change your laundry, they do the cleaning for the serviced apartment with you. You may have some other facilities in the apartment building. Now, when it comes to houses, again, there is plenty of offer, but for me, there are two specific types of houses. Now, this is just my denomination. I personally call them houses and Vietnamese houses. That's not how the people would classify it, it's my classification, because if you're looking for a house like you are used to have it in California with a backyard, or you're used to have it in Europe with a garden, that is quite difficult to find. In Ho Chi Minh, as in Hanoi, there are not so many houses with garden or with backyard. These houses may be very costly. You can even assume $3,000 to $5,000 for that. Now, if you're looking for a Vietnamese styled house, that's my denomination, a Vietnamese house, it's a very small, tall house with a very basic little parking place where you can park your car or your motorbike, and maybe have one or two trees and a few plants. That's it. That may be cheaper. You can find for $1,500 to $3,000 upwards. But really a house you're used in Europe or in California with a garden, with a backyard, that is more costly. Again, office buildings, there are plenty of office buildings, very easy to find office space, different price ranges. Now, if you want an office house, that may be a challenge. It is possible, but you just have to take care of more of the things, including the cleaning around it, the fire department, etc. That may be of interest for you if you want to open a kindergarten or a store, and you want to do it in a house that is freestanding. There are plenty of agents in all the cities in Vietnam, so it's very easy for you to find an apartment, a house, an office rent. Just look for an agent, they will help you, they will do it. They are fantastic people, they have a good service, they drive you around, they listen to you, and they will find the right thing for you. One thing to say is that was all about renting, just a small hint. Buying, as a foreigner, you cannot buy a house or a land, you can also not buy a farm, you can just hold a lease for 50 years or for 100 years, that depends the investment license. What you can buy now is an apartment, but again, you may be able to buy it for 50 years, or some of the apartments can be bought for 100 years.